447, episode 447 of the Phase on View podcast. We back, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the content. Man, shout out to you guys, all the viewers, all the supporters. We back in the building. And look here, we got much to talk about, I'm going to start off the gate. Because I'm always going to be here to support the GOAT for real.
I'm glad we're talking about that.
Y'all
pissing me off.
Look, y'all done lost your mind. I don't know what's going on with this Kobe disrespect, bro.
Very few things make me crash out. Kobe disrespect is one of them.
And my thing is, bro, a lot of these ex-NBA players, you can see the envy. You can see the envy and the jealousy, bro. We wasn't talking about Kobe in that regard. And I don't want to have no conversation with nobody about basketball if you don't have Kobe in your top 10. Yes, you can debate top 5, you can debate top 2, you can debate top 1, but for you guys to sit here and
try to tell me that Kobe Bryant was not a top 10 basketball player,
it's ridiculous, bro.
I watched that man play. Man was a basketball warrior. He's like a freaking superhero.
And it's frustrating because you always have those people to be like, okay, well, this Jordan 2.0, bro. I'm gonna choose Jordan. So if you saying it's Jordan 2.0, bro, and we rank Jordan as the GOAT, I don't understand how even Kobe can even get out of the top 3, to be honest with you.
Literally, it makes no sense. The closest number to 1 is 2. So that's why I have Kobe. I got Kobe at 2. Kobe Bryant is the best basketball player I ever watched growing up.
Me too, personally.
Along the way. Like, I became a Jordan fan through watching, like, highlights on YouTube and DVDs and stuff like that. But as far as, like, who I watched play basketball, Kobe Bryant was the best basketball player I ever seen play, like, live till this day. The man was incredible. All the stuff that we talk about, like
growing up too, like I became a huge Kobe fan, but growing up, Kobe was one of those players that he was so great that you hated on him.
Literally.
Like so, but in the regards of like respect. But now it's a lot of disrespect thrown on Kobe's name for God knows what reason, and I don't even have an understanding of the premise of it, because the people that you compare him to, which I can understand, like you people compare him like to Tim Duncan, to people which is another all-time great. Yes, he deserves his credit too. But Tim Duncan was just in an interview and was talking about, he was talking about the top players and stuff like that, and he mentioned it. He like, bro, the disrespect to Kobe Bryant, it really doesn't even make any sense.
Because Kobe used to average like 33 against him in the conference in the playoffs. Every time you saw Tim Duncan, he used to go to work. Very few times did he lose to Tim Duncan in the playoffs, man. Like he used to go crazy.
And bro,
the only thing I would give a pass for was when it was on Gil's Arena, and they were saying in 2002 there was a conversation about who was better between him and T-Mac. I do remember that because T-Mac was averaging like 32 that year. There was a conversation about who was the better player in the league between T-Mac and Kobe. Nobody is saying that T-Mac is better than Kobe, but in 2002, 2003, there was a conversation. T-Mac was going crazy
for a year, and I want you guys to remember this as well. Kobe is one of the last people to ever three-peat, first of all, and also in his second stint with the number 24, he almost three-peated. I don't think you understand and realize that in an era that which was almost passing him by. From 08 to 09 to 2010, if it wasn't for the Celtics, he would have a three-peat.
Kobe was so good. There was 2 of them, and they were both first ballot Hall of Famers, literally.
And also too, I don't know if y'all, for those who didn't grow up in that era, the number 8 Kobe was one of the most dominant, one of the most athletic players ever. For the people that say we never seen an athlete like LeBron, you're lying.
You're lying.
Because the number 8 Kobe, bro.
Kobe Bryant was something else.
What's that, bro? Endless bag, bro. We talking about catching alley-oops.
He was
360
unreal.
Alley-oops, bro. We talking about taking the
reverse
last shot,
dunks,
clutch plays,
posterizing people.
Bro.
Like he was unreal, man. He was unreal. He was easily the closest thing to Mike. When they put that graphic up of like highest scores of the 2009, like the man's on there like 6 times. There was a stretch where he scored 60 points, 50 or more points. 4 games straight. It was like he had 50 this one game, and it was a back-to-back. So you thinking, all right, well, there's no way he'll have the energy. No, the next night he had 60, and then it was like a 2-day off. He came back and shot like 60 again, and it was another back-to-back. Like, I don't know if you know what a back-to-back is. A back-to-back means you have another game the very next night. So it was another back-to-back. He shot 50 again. Like, the man was a machine.
Different, bro. Different animal.
People talk about how Kyrie's the most skilled. We never seen somebody do all this stuff with their left hand. I'm like, I watched Kobe Bryant play an entire half with his left hand. I watched him shoot a turnaround left hand corner 3 to beat the shot clock. I watched this man unbreak his finger and go back into the game, and he trained his body to shoot the ball off a different finger to avoid the finger that was hurting. Like he changed the way guys work. Like the way Bron and Wade and those guys don't become the players they become without Kobe. And I say it because when they were on the Olympics, and you can go watch the Redeem Team doc if you don't believe me. They said it verbatim. They said, we want to win this, we got to go get the best player in the league. And they knew exactly who they were talking about. I don't care if he wasn't winning MVP. Everybody knew who the best player was in the league. It was all politics why Kobe wasn't winning MVP.
Exactly.
Politics and his team wasn't that good. But make no mistake, they knew who the best player in the league was. They went and grabbed Kobe. Those guys said, we went out to the club one night. We came back at like 4 in the morning. This dude was coming down the steps, get ready to go lift.
Go to the gym.
And then get ready to go work out. And we felt like idiots. We felt like losers. Like, yo, we coming from the club. This dude about to go to the gym. And he had them getting up early in the morning to start working out, except Melo. But it's like that became a part of who they became as ball players. They don't become the ball players you see them become after that without the influence of Kobe, man. And like he was unreal.
Honestly, since he's left the league hasn't had that passion. It hasn't had that passion since Kobe's left the league, bro. That Mamba mentality was actually something real. The tenacity, the dog, bro. The league misses that because you don't have players like that are dedicated to their craft like Kobe was, bro. I don't want to talk to you, bro. When we on this court, I don't want to talk to you. And guess what? And if I do want to get game from you, we're gonna play this run 1-on-1. And I'm gonna school you in that type of way. Reggie Miller always talk about the story of how, look here, hey, I was playing 1-on-1 with Kobe, and then look, lo and behold, when we played them in the playoffs, he cooked me up. So, bro,
calling Mike all the time for advice. All I want to
say is that the disrespect of the mama and Kobe, bro, stop for the internet clips,
I really hate it. And then y'all keep trying to talk about, y'all keep trying to penalize him for playing with Shaq, as if, like, first of all, as if he was just there, like he wasn't out there averaging 28, averaging 30, like. No, it was like a 1A1 B situation. Yes, we know Shaq was the better player. We know Shaq was the best player in the league. He was the best player on the team. But Kobe wasn't just there along for the ride. Because if Shaq, like y'all keep trying to make it seem like anybody that had Shaq, I get Shaq was the most dominant force. But y'all keep trying to make it seem like if anybody had Shaq on the team, they would have won. He had Penny, and Penny was Kobe before Kobe. That's not true. And he still didn't win. And Shaq would tell you that. Shaq said he was Kobe before Kobe.
But even shout out to Penny. Penny wasn't averaging 28, 29 points.
He wasn't doing what Kobe was doing.
At 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. Let's call it what it is, bro. And since we on this Laker topic, the Lakers, they sell for $10 billion, largest sale of a sports franchise in the world. I was very shocked. A lot of that
going around.
I was very shocked to see this because we know the bus story. I know the bus story because of the documentaries that have been out. And honestly, it's a huge flip, bro. That's a $9 billion flip. They bought the franchising team in the 1980s for $67 million. That's a huge, amazing flip. I wonder what Jerry, I wonder what the real Bus family is going through. But look here, no matter what, $10 billion, man, is a flip. And the Dodgers owner, who's really buying up all the sports franchises, you know he's there to win. So like it's going to be another winning coach.
There's a lot of that going around. The Bucks sold after they won a championship back in 2021. The C's we just sold, and then now you got the Lakers selling. You got a lot of these majors, and so I don't know, there's a lot going on.
Major, bro. We did $10 billion. We ain't never seen a sports franchise flip like this in no type of capacity or no way. And look, shout out to the Bus family because they've reinvented what it means as far as Lakers and Celtics. They honestly, if it wasn't for them, we don't even know if basketball would be in this place right now if it wasn't for the Lakers and the Celtics.
As a Celtics fan, I hope this gets worse because you never know when you get a new ownership. You never know what the mentality of the owner is.
That's true.
But the things they want to do. I mean, I think they want to win, but you never know because you never know what type of person somebody is. Like you have people that want to be involved in basketball decisions instead of being an owner.
The difference between this is that he's proven. The owner he's proven, bro. He has championships, and I'm not sure who else he owns, but I know he has multiple ownerships. But the Dodgers alone have been, come on now, historical champions, bro. So like I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to go on after this. But I was surprised, but like, hey, you flipped it, and also Jenny Buss, she's still gonna be there as
the Mavs sold recently too. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
There's a lot going on.
A lot of that going around. Something's going on. I don't know.
Hey, look here. If I could flip my team, if I had
maybe guys are just deciding they want to retire. They see that the team's value is going up.
Yeah.
Tremendously. They're like, you know what?
And then you got to think about it as far as the value of the team right now. LeBron is about to be out the door. Luka, of course, you have a superstar in Luka, but you don't know the direction. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. You got to get your money where you can, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. This KD trade to the Rockets. I love KD. I just don't think it was a good trade as far as the Rockets and what they had as their core team. A lot of people can say what they want about Dylan Brooks. He adds value to a team just like as a Draymond. And Jalen Green, I would love to see him grow and blossom with that team. I understand his value in being traded at this point.
Yeah, but I think what did it was his playoff performance.
Yeah, correct.
He really wet the bed. But it was the young man's first time, man. You know, you could have gave him a little grace.
As you see with OKC, shout out to OKC who just won the finals. But as you see it as those type of teams, bro, I think the NBA and sports have shifted to where, like, these teams, it's off of building the team, not just the superstar caliber. Those days are over, bro. Those days are over where you trying to get a superstar to come to your team.
But you know why? It's because the new CPA has kind of ruined the league, because now it forces you to win now. You only have like maybe 2, maybe 3 years to win, because of the way the new CPA is structured. You can't even have a dynasty anymore unless you traded for a superstar like Luka. Then you're eligible. But it's like you can't build your team organically or build a super team anymore. Or like you can't literally it makes your window smaller because now if you gotta cut guys to make sure you're under the second apron and you don't have enough money. And so it sucks because it's just like it's doing more harm than good. Because it's like, man, you build yourself a championship roster. You only have so long to really work it out, and it might take you a little bit longer.
And I think this trade,
especially that you have KD. The Rockets' timeline is definitely sped up.
It's sped up.
It's sped up now.
About to say. So you have KD. Now KD can hoop as long as he wanted to, but as far as being realistic, 2 to 3 year window. Yeah. And with the Rockets, that y'all have a promising
and it puts your coach in the hot seat because now you're expecting your coach to get it done. If he don't get it done, you're gonna find someone else to do it. And me personally, I just wouldn't trade up all the draft stock. I wouldn't trade those type of people unless if it was for somebody like a Giannis or somebody that's actually going to be dominant in the league for a longer period of time. I wouldn't have done that, but honestly, we'll see. There's talk that Giannis still might end up over there, but I don't know.
Hey, bro, I already know you hate this conversation right here because we've hinted to it before. But look here, Jim Jones, bro. What we talking about here? And I understand that all publicity nowadays is good publicity.
And that's all it's for. But that's
the problem with me.
That's the problem.
But that's the problem today for me. Yeah. That all publicity is good publicity. Because you just saying anything out your mouth, and then when they debunked it, he's just like, oh, but like nobody's saying Jim Jones is not influential and impactful. Nas is a whole nother level.
No, you're not Nas,
it's certain tiers to this, bro, and it's certain levels. You shouldn't even be mentioned in the same regard as a Nas.
There's two issues I have with this. My first issue is he literally admitted that he's only doing it just to get his streams up, to go viral and stuff like that. Which tells me it's like, yo, you care that much about being viral. It's like, yo, like you don't come from that era.
He doesn't.
You come from an era where there's integrity and you did things for certain reasons. You coming out, you trashing your peers for the last couple of years out of nowhere just for you to go viral and get like a couple streams. It's just like, it just makes people look at you like maybe the young kids might like it because whatever, but like the guy, like you 48, the guys from your era looking at you like, yo, really? What are you doing? Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, and the second thing I don't like is I don't like that I'm watching people from New York and who claim to be hip hop people look this guy in the face and let him get away with this. I don't like that. Like, why is Shannon the only guy that's able to go sit there and hold him accountable? Why is Benzino the only other person online being the voice of reason?
Like, Joe, Shannon Sharp that came back. Look here, bro. You know.
Like, come on, Joe.
Bro. Come on, like, let's
crack. You just know where you're supposed to sit there and let him get away with that. Kiss was trying to be political about it and he didn't want it to be a thing, but Joe turned it into a thing, and that's where it started from. I know. Kiss was trying to avoid that.
But I won't blame them on that because they're just trying to create conversation and banter. So I understand that from their point of view.
Because DJ Envy looked that man in the face and said, "Who from New York got a catalog that can really go with Jim?" So I'm like Envy, are you serious? New York City? You really sat there in his face and told that man that? Are you kidding me?
Nas is in a tier of his own. Jay-Z's in a tier of his own. Biggie's in a tier of his own.
Then he's trying to say that I probably did more for Nas than he's had in the script as far as people being talked about. I'm like, bro.
And nobody's saying that Jim Jones hasn't had an impact on hip hop. But what I will say as far as Jim Jones, his rapping and his music is better now than it was then.
And even then, it's still like not people. More people are listening to Nas today. Still than they are listening to.
I get what he's saying as far as the dressing and then the swag and as far as Dipset.
Even with that, like this is my hot take on that. Because I'm not gonna. You know me. I give credit where credit is due. Me and you are both one of the people who the way we dress has been influenced by rappers.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so I'm not gonna say that Jim Jones is not one of the guys that pioneered a certain style or a certain brand. Like Supreme is popular partly because of Jim Jones. True Religion is popular because of Jim Jones. But I do feel like, because he always talks about how he's the first person to wear something. Being the first person to wear something and being the reason that made it hot are two different things. So this is my example. Like, I remember in high school, 2009, I had a bubble jacket. And I remember everybody made fun of me for it. I'll never forget the last day, because we were in health class and then we was in there with Pat, and Pat was like, "Yo, shoot your jacket, puppies, I don't know what." And everybody laughed. That was the last day I wore it because I got tired of everybody making fun of me. But then our sophomore year, H&M started selling bubble jackets. Everybody had a bubble jacket. Now, I am not going to sit here and tell you that I started bubble jackets. Right. That's not true. I wasn't that guy. Nobody was checking for me when they was looking to like what to wear. I just wasn't. That wasn't who I was. But I was the first person to have a bubble. I was ahead of the curve. I could say that. But I was not the person that started that trend. Yep. Jim might have been the first person wearing certain brands. But the only time he was famous enough by himself was 2007. For people to be looking at him like that as to see what he had on to be influential. That's what I mean. Like, I don't think you were at the notoriety level that you thought you were when people were looking at you for what to wear. Even if you were wearing stuff before everybody. That's all I'm saying. I don't think you started all these trends.
Another great example as far as what you just said would be like Soulja Boy and Pharrell.
Yeah,
they were the first ones that come, to really popularize Bape.
Not even Soulja Boy, because you got Wayne,
but listen to this.
The Clips.
But listen to this. So they were one of the ones to popularize, to be the first to really get on the wave. The Clips, the Soulja Boys, and Wayne. But what I'm saying is Wayne made it hot. After Wayne started wearing Bape, everybody start wearing Bape. So to your point is, just because you're the first to do something or the first doesn't mean you made the trend actually hot, bro.
I don't even agree with that. I would switch it. I would say that Wayne and the Clips made it pop, and then Soulja Boy came after, because Soulja Boy came in 2007. The Clips and them were wearing Bape beforehand, and then the Store came in 2006, and then we saw Wayne started wearing it in the Hustle music video. That's why I give Wayne his credit. You're right. Wayne is one of the people that made it popular. But I think Soulja Boy is the person that came after that and started wearing it and tried to claim that he was the first. I'm like, no.
The whole premise of it, to what you're saying, you made a great point. Is just
because
that you maybe had the first.
There were several guys that had us wearing this clothing brand before you showed up.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm like, so I just I know for a fact I was not the person that started bubble jackets. Like, and I have no problem admitting that. But I was first. I was mad about it too. I was like, hold on, because when I had this on last year, everybody made fun of me. But now. Then I threw it away. I was so mad.
At the end of the day, we respect Jim Jones, but look, Jim Jones, you are not more
you're not
impactful or a better rapper than Nas.
You're not Nas as a rapper. You're not
even
Nas.
comparable, bro. It's not even comparable, bro.
You're not Nas the rapper. You're not Nas influentially.
It's really simple.
And I'm just, I don't like this. I don't like the clout chase thing. I hate watching rappers clout chase. And I expect it out of certain people.
Yes.
But I shouldn't expect it out of Jim. And I don't like how he acting like him and Nas are so much far from age. Like, you're 48, Nas is 51. 3 years apart. Facts. Like, yes, you became famous at rapping 10 years after him.
Right.
But you're still around the same age. You're not like he really believes the young kids are looking at him. I'm like, dude, you're 48. Like, they're not,
I get what you're saying too.
They're not looking at Nas like that either. But they're not looking at you like that either. And it's just a generation gap.
And moving forward, one thing I will say, money is going to really make you more of what you already are, or it's going to change you. And as far as B. Simone, bro, B. Simone brought to tears regarding her financial situation, and on a recent podcast interview with one of her best friends, it was just so insensitive. And a lot of people never forgot her talking down on 9 to 5 people. And you see in hindsight, she's sitting here talking about, dang, when I was in Bloomingdale's, I had to look at my account, now I got to go to H&M. Like, just the disconnect, and also just, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're self-sabotaging because you make yourself so unlikable. It's not anybody else doing that. For you to sit here and just be insensitive also to her best friend. Her best friend was pouring her heart out to bro, my car got repo. I was in a rut. I was doing all this. I had no help. She talking about some Jesus. And just sitting there just talking about Jesus. And one thing I don't like about
that did rub me.
One thing that blows me about certain people, bro, I hate when it's a conversation that you're having and they center themselves in that conversation. It's so insensitive, bro. When I'm sitting there having a conversation about you, about my problems and everything like that, I don't want to hear about you right now. I'm actually venting to you to have your.
That's something I've had to work on. Like, I find myself having to work on that. Like, not trying to center myself. Like, but it takes work to do that. Like, I can admit that's something that I've used to struggle with, and sometimes I do struggle with. I gotta, because people come to me for advice. I gotta make sure. I try to, if I'm talking about me, I'm trying to use me as an example, but I'm not trying to, center myself. And and I know you as a friend. You don't do that. When I'm saying what she does and what you do is totally different. And the reason why I say that is because you don't come off as insensitive. She comes off as just goofy, bro. Like, honestly, you make yourself so unlikable. And what blows me about her is that, not saying that she's not a good looking person or anything of that nature, but when you do certain things like this, you make yourself look ugly, bro. It does.
For real, bro.
Because I shouldn't have to hear that your friend was going through all that. And because she's talking about how, like, I was going through all this, but my best friend was rich, but all this was happening to me. And, like, I understand the premise of it's not, and I've had these conversations with people, and I don't, like, it's just baffling to see people's mentality on it. Because I was talking about the whole Leon thing. We was arguing about Phil Leon had given Franklin money. And I was like, 1,000% Leon should have given Franklin some money.
1,000%.
Yeah, but I was like, I understand it's not your obligation.
Yes, and it's a sense of, it could be entitlement.
It's not your obligation to help somebody, even if they are your friend. But it's like, if you call somebody your friend and you say you love them and you can help them, like, you should do something.
Yes, correct.
You don't have to fund her lifestyle or give her $1 million or whatever. But you should find some way to help her. Buy her a car. Pay like 2 months of her rent so she can get herself on her feet. Do something.
Even better, just maybe put her in her position.
Put her in a position. Put her on payroll.
It doesn't have to be
do something. You should be able to do something if that's somebody you call your friend.
I would hate to have her as a best friend.
Yeah, like if that's your best friend, you should be able to do something for that person. That's all I'm saying. Sure. Like that was my biggest issue, and I get talks like, well, I don't have to, and like, you're right, you don't have to, but that's the whole point. That's what love is. Facts. Like, love is doing things you don't have to do for somebody. Facts. You do it because you want to, because you love that person. And so, it was hard to hear that.
And then also, in this conversation, and circling back as far as like the 9 to 5, like, what I hate that conversation, because regardless of anything, I hate somebody that work shame or profession shame,
like,
or occupation shame. That is
people,
weird
man.
to me, bro. Regardless of anything, if you have a job and you're working towards something, bro, you shouldn't be able to say anything about anybody, bro.
People work hard.
And regardless if you are an entrepreneur or you're not.
I don't care if you work at McDonald's.
What is that?
Like,
what is that supposed to mean?
I don't know where. I don't care if you work at McDonald's, because I don't know where that person is in life. I don't know.
Facts, bro.
I don't know if this is something they just needed to do because they needed a job. I don't know if they were just on the street. I don't know. Maybe they're 16. It's their first job. I don't know if they're working towards something. This could be their second job. But you need people to work at these places anyway. Like, you eat McDonald's. So imagine if someone wasn't working at McDonald's, how you gonna get your food? So you can't talk down on people that have jobs, because you need these people. You need people to clean. Like, I tell my kids that, I said, respect everybody.
Yes.
Not just the teacher, everybody. That includes, our building supervisor's name is Mr. Jackson. That includes Mr. Jackson. Mm-hmm. Because when you have an issue in your bathroom or something, you're gonna call him to come help fix it. And so we can't just treat him like whatever because he cleans. But it's like, no, he does, like, he's the reason why your building is clean, why your grass is cut and you can go outside and play, why your bathrooms are fixed if they're not fixed. Like, So you always have to respect those people.
And guess what, bro? You take a lot of the viewers away from your platform because a lot of the people that are watching you have all different types of jobs and different walks of life. So when you say certain things like that, you make yourself unlikable, and then you alienate a whole different demographic that could be right on your side. And
the only people that are allowed to make fun of regular folks are rappers. That's it. Cause you be listening to a rap song and Drake be like, you can't trouble me from the DoubleTree, and you about to check into the DoubleTree. You be like, dang.
Yeah, but only certain.
But you don't feel like Drake is looking down on you. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
I get that. Cause
the only people that can do that are rappers.
Nah, I wouldn't even say that. Only people can do it is certain people. Like Drake that's a certain type of person. You feel me? Like he's at a certain level. But I don't think just rappers can do that either.
Nah, you know what I mean.
You feel me? I get what you're saying though.
Because I remember the Clips was yo. Speaking of which, the Clips, this album is about to be fire. But they were doing an interview, and they was like, "How y'all feel?" He was like, "Yo, you made me feel bad, man, because you said something in one of your raps years ago. You was like." He's like, we don't drive Lexuses. We give them this so and so, and I was in the exact same car. I was like, oh, and he was like, I was like, listen, man, don't feel bad. I know how you feel, because I remember when Jay-Z said we don't drive Lex Coupes, we give them the baby mamas, and I was enjoying my Lex Coupe at the time, and he said that, and I felt. So that's what I mean. He was like, oh, you feel bad when rappers come for us. Hold on, wait, before we go to the Cenat, do you watch Love Island?
Bro, I honestly, when it first came out, I was watching it, but I didn't honestly. I keep hearing about it.
All right, so that's why I started watching it. I started watching this season only. Apparently, there are 7 seasons. I didn't know. There's like 10 seasons of USA and like 8 of like UK. I didn't know any of this. Me and Mo
been watching the show, but this year it just took off. This season took off.
So I guess guys didn't want to watch the finals, so they started watching this. And so it's this girl on there named Huda, and she's coupled up with this dude named Jeremiah, and everybody's talking about how they hate this girl, and they start calling her Hurricane Huda, and she's toxic. She's crashing out, and so like I mean, my man sent me like the Cliff Notes version on TikTok, and I was like, cause I'm like I don't know, right? Yeah. But everybody keep talking about this, so I was like, you know what? Let me just watch this. Like I never liked romance shows because I don't feel like it's a genuine way to find love. You know, and it's just not my cup of tea. I've seen a couple seasons of certain things. TV. Yeah, and I used to be back when reality TV was like, come on, heavy.
They don't know about Flavor of Love. They don't know
or Love and Hip Hop. When Love and Hip Hop was really good, or Jersey Shore,
or the originals Bad Girls Club. The original Bad Girls.
Don't get me started on Jersey Shore. Well, boy,
we had the best reality TV show.
But yeah, so I'm not here to diss that. But it's just never been my cup of tea. So I started watching this, and I'm like, yo, this is like I'm invested, and now I'm like. I find myself arguing about it. Like, it's really good. Like, it's an episode every day except Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I watched this last night too. Like, I'm telling you, you're gonna be mad, sad, happy. You're gonna be tight. This season apparently is different because, and they had to do it differently because all the guys on there are just not looking for connection. They're not doing it right. So they had to do different things and stuff like that. So I don't know. We can't talk about it because you don't watch. But I started watching it like maybe 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna catch up on it because I'm
all caught up. That's crazy.
And it's crazy because I watched almost every season up until this point, except for this season. That's the crazy part.
This apparently last season was the best season.
I'm like everybody in the code on, because I know, bro. I'm telling you, I've been hooked on this Love Island, but I haven't seen this.
I might tap into season 6 after this season is over.
So
they said season 6 is the best season.
Next part for sure.
Yeah.
The last season I feel like,
but it's like 21 episodes right now, ongoing still. I'm like, how many episodes is this? The last season had 37. I said, dang. But apparently it's like they film it in real time. So reality TV is an episode every day, so it could be an episode tonight too. So I'm gonna tap in tonight.
I used to binge watch that joint. Honestly, I'm one of those. I kind of like let the episodes go a little bit.
I do that with certain shows. Yeah,
for certain shows that I'm really into, so I just don't watch it all in one setting. We're moving forward, like we talked about. Cash Cenat bought Tylil and Cash to see LeBron, which I felt like was so dope, bro.
That is dope.
And I love the fandom aspect because you have in this world today where anything you do, especially as a man, you dick right.
Yeah, it's
nah, bro. Like honestly, bro. At the end of the day, bro, you do have people that look up to other people. You have people that look at role models, but also like LeBron, like a Kobe, like a Jordan, bro. You talking about monumental megastar figures You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to see a certain person, bro, I would be starstruck too, bro. And also, I would geek up. I would geek out. And that's just honestly just the reality of things. It's not saying that you make you less of a man or less of a person because you're a fan of somebody. No, bro.
Yeah, like
so. And them two in particular have been following LeBron's journey from day one. So I love that Kai. Bro, and I love everything Kai does because he leads with his heart, bro. And he's actually very genuine with what he's doing. He doesn't ask for anything in return. He just does it. So I love that he did this because it was a moment. It's just like as a fan, bro. It's you love to see that.
Yeah, I've met some famous folks, not super famous. Like I met one dude who does content who I'm a fan of. I met him a couple years ago. And then obviously, I got to get on stage with Boss last year,
which was dope.
One of my favorite artists. So I get it, like to watch Tylil delete all his pictures except for the video of him with LeBron. So I get it, like I 1000% get it. Some of that stuff was a little over, so I was like, yeah, I can relax. But I get it, like it's like you a fan of somebody, like listen, I want to be Pharrell. Like that's why I wear this hat. Like I want to be Pharrell. I want to be Wale, but I want to be Pharrell. Like if I haven't met Pharrell. Like
it's certain people that I would meet.
It's just certain people that just have that effect
over,
on you. Like man, like Jay-Z,
sure.
Pharrell, like
I would be starstruck. And I met a lot of famous people. I used to work at the Capital One Arena, which is in DC. For you guys who don't know, the old Verizon Center. But I used to see celebrities all the time. And like all the time, I used to be on the floor with the camera. I see them all the time. But it's certain people that you meet that you may just be starstruck over, bro. Yeah. And I think that is okay.
Yeah, it goes back to doing stuff for people because you love them. Like the fact that you were able to, the fact that you want to have, like, imagine you can have LeBron on your stream, but you don't grab two of your friends who are huge fans of him to come meet him. Like, that's what you're supposed to do for people you love, man. Like, if you have an opportunity to do that for that person, then you can do that. Like it'll mean the world to them. It will mean the world to them, and it's something they'll never forget. It's something they'll cherish for the rest of their life. So that's what it's about.
And certain people's impact you can never take away.
Yeah, like LeBron is one of them. LeBron is one of those guys.
How I view Wayne, bro. I view him in such high regard because that's what I grew up on, bro. Since I was 5
he means
to 4
something
years old,
to you.
He means something, bro. It was a soundtrack to my life. How I view Drake or how I view J. Cole. These are soundtracks to my life.
It means something to you, man. Like,
bro. When I hear "Take Care" to this day, bro, it takes me back to a certain time. What I was doing, how I felt in those moments, bro. Like, so all these type of different entertainers, bro. Yes, I preach always. Don't just be as envious, you know what I'm saying? Of a person.
Or don't worship. Don't worship a person. But like, also fandom is cool.
It's cool, bro.
Fandom is cool.
Not gonna sit here and do that.
Influence is cool.
A person is fan. Man, I wouldn't get a tattoo.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't get a tattoo of a celebrity or entertainer or somebody I look up to on my body. That's why I think it went further.
That's very weird. I'm not doing that.
I'm like, all right, okay, I'm good. But a signature, cool, bro. I'm saving that forever. Like those type of things.
I still got Gilbert Arenas' autograph in my 8th grade yearbook. Man, or 7th grade yearbook. He was at that time, he was my favorite player in the league. Yep, and I got his autograph. This is right before the gun thing happened too. It's crazy. So yeah, that meant something to me.
We're moving forward. Billboard, all right, top 75. You can pull out that list. We're just gonna go over the first, the 12. In my opinion, I'm an R&B head. So the Billboard top 75 R&B artists of all time. Before we read the list, if you do not have an all-time R&B list, if the top 10 doesn't mention Usher, I don't care what you feel about him, Kels, R. Kelly. I don't care what you, Keith Sweat, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Chris Brown, Usher.
How is James Brown?
What are we sitting here talking about, bro? Like, how does Keith Sweat, how does Marvin Gaye, even though he's at 10, Marvin Gaye should be in the top 3. I don't care what you feel about R. Kelly, how you feel about him personal life. Cool, you got that. I understand that. Him not being in the top 3 is diabolical. Yeah. Or if not, honestly, one for real. Michael Jackson
Brown not make the top 10.
Should be in the top 10. Like, it's certain people that should.
And
be
Michael
in the
Jackson
top
was
10.
more pop than R&B.
Yeah, but I still think that he should be in the top 10. But I get if somebody would want to debate it. But
how is James Brown on this?
R&B, right?
Yeah, James Brown is the king of soul.
Right, not R&B. I seen a lot of these names that weren't R&B based. You know what I'm saying? Aretha Franklin, she's come on, legendary. She's worldwide. So now I would include her. and where she's ranked is kind of perfect as well too. But for y'all not, bro, for y'all not to have,
I'm not mad at Stevie Wonder at 1.
I
do think it's R. Kelly, but I'm not mad at Stevie Wonder at 1
because he definitely deserves to be in there top 5 easily.
I don't know. I classify Ray Charles as R&B.
Aretha,
that's more like blues.
So my top 5 would be R. Kelly, no order, Stevie Wonder, Chris Brown, Usher, and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah,
we talking about R&B, bro. Come on now. And I'm not even sure if Babyface who else is on the list. So let's go over the 12.
Stevie Wonder's 1, Aretha Franklin's 2, Michael Jackson's 3, Beyonce's 4, Whitney Houston's 5, James Brown is 6, Prince is 7, Mariah Carey at 8, R. Kelly at 9, Marvin Gaye at 10. It says it's Martin Gaye. It's Marvin Gaye, not Martin Gaye. It says Martin Gaye.
At 11.
Ray Charles is 11, Usher at 12. Stop. Some of these acts, I don't even know if I can
stop it. Like Prince.
Repeat.
Prince,
yeah, Prince. I don't know if
respectfully, I wouldn't put him in a top 10 R&B list.
I don't know if you would consider him R&B.
I wouldn't consider him definitely R&B. Michael Jackson deserves to be there because he has a lot of R&B songs. I get him, MJ, and he's the GOAT. But I would still think he's king of pop.
King of pop.
So, and then you get
Ray Charles. I don't know.
Ray Charles is, that's questionable. You feel me? Like I just don't think it's a lot of real R&B acts in here, bro. And as the list goes further, you had different names and stuff like that, bro. But like I didn't like this.
Chris Brown, who is the highest selling male R&B act.
Chris Brown
ever.
Chris Brown's the top 10 of all time.
He's a top 10 R&B act.
Whitney Houston, I love that she's there. She deserves to be there. Beyonce, even like with Beyonce, I see her being there in R&B. But Beyonce also another one who crossed many genres.
Crosses a lot of genres.
You feel me? So like. It's no disrespect to Beyonce, but I don't know if R&B, like
I know she's top 10 R&B.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for, to be honest with you, I'm looking for the Mary J. Bliges. You feel me? I'm looking for these type of people that were ranked way high. Like Mary J. is at 16, which is not bad. But what are we talking about? We talking about R&B.
Where Alicia Keys ranked?
Alicia Keys ranked higher than that.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Which is fine.
Yeah, as far as R&B, AK is up there.
I just think a lot of people were just really left out. Where's D'Angelo?
Yeah.
Where's Maxwell?
I'm just trying to figure out why Chris Brown's not in the top 10. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Chris Brown not being in the R&B top 10 is diabolical. I don't know what we sitting here talking about. Even though, yes, he is another one who crossed many genres, but his base is R&B.
Come on now.
What are we really talking about?
What are we talking about?
Usher.
Did Drake make this list?
Usher being at 12 is insane.
It's insane. Did Drake make this list?
I didn't even go that far down.
All right, cool.
I was upset about the daggone top 15.
Yeah,
because
Usher's too low.
I seen a lot of people that like you really look at it, it's like we don't even categorize them as R&B artists.
And R. Kelly at 9 is wild. Like I understand he's a horrible human being, but come on now.
No, for real, stop it.
Come on, man.
Stop it. He wrote for half of this daggone top 12 alone in R&B songs. Come on now.
R. Kelly is the king of R&B, man.
Yeah, it's not even a debate. I don't even know what we.
And I love Stevie Wonder. Like, trust me, you have no idea. My mother put me on to Stevie Wonder when I was young. I know dang near every Stevie Wonder song.
Probably has the greatest album of all time. We know
easily.
It's songs in the kick. Come on now. It speaks for
Stevie Wonder is my guy, but
come on.
You could argue R. Kelly over Stevie Wonder for sure.
What are we doing here, bro? And we don't even have to get into all, but just come on now. Like let's call it what it is.
I don't know, man. These lists have been more about rage bait lately than anything.
Yeah, no. And
this has been kind of hard to like.
Me every time.
Yeah, he be looking every time. The first time I be seeing this when we come on the pod, because I be avoiding it. I be like, well, I'm not looking at this. I already know this is about to make me mad.
Because it just shows you too that we need more outlets that represent us.
Saying you can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody, but I will say you need more outlets that represent us because this top 12, mistaken if I'm wrong, all of them are African American and black, right?
Very few white R&B acts.
Come on now.
But they're also great. Where did Justin Timberlake rank? Justin Timberlake should be ranked very high.
He should be in there though. He should
be ranked really high. Justin Timberlake's the freaking man. I'm a huge JT fan.
Yeah, but come on now.
Shout out to my sister. I probably wouldn't be a JT fan one for my sister. She used to blast his music in the morning so I was forced to listen to him when he was in NSYNC, when he was by himself. I used to be like, yo, this music slaps. Yeah. And like he was like Pharrell used to work on his album, so I was a huge fan of Pharrell. So I used to play the album because he made it. So shout out to Timberlake.
Yeah, shout out JT. He was one of them ones. To your point, and you spoke about it before. But they got us upped up. They got us upped up. You talking about 12?
Oh yeah.
You talking about we go 12-5. We had one of the best.
We were in the conference championship.
We are. If you going based off of last year, a top 5 team. We really made it to the top 4. What are we sitting there talking about?
How are we at 78?
78 overall, Madden.
How are the Patriots higher than us? How are the Jaguars and the Jets and the Titans?
Jets?
The Titans. How did Chicago make? We're ranking higher than us.
What are y'all sitting here talking about, bro?
And my friend was telling me Madden does it based on the players on your team. So I don't care.
Give a damn, bro.
What? We added Deebo Samuel and Jeremy Tunsil. We got better as a team.
Like, what are we saying?
There are teams that barely won games ranked higher than us. That makes no sense. How are we at 70? We could at least been at 81. How the Bears get at 81 or 82? That makes no sense.
We shouldn't have been nothing less than an 88. Nothing less.
You think
Based off
so?
of last year. Nothing less than an 88.
I'm fine with that. We went to the conference championship, man. We knocked out the number 1 seed. Convincingly, too. We ain't just barely win. We convincingly won. Come on now.
The only team, honestly, all jokes aside, and I don't care what you say, yes, we can be biased. The only team last year I feel like was outright better than us was the Eagles. And I don't care. And that was even debatable. The Eagles was the best team in football last year. And I'm not going to sit here and debate that. They get their credit. They get their kudos.
They do.
But the only team that really beat them throughout their whole stretch was Washington.
And you can say Jalen Hurts was hurt and all that, whatever.
I don't give a damn.
They still had Saquon, and because Saquon didn't run well.
We've been the most competitive team. Like you said, we knocked off the number 1 seed, which a lot of people thought was going to win the Super Bowl with the Lions. Bro.
They had the Lions winning. Nobody had us winning that game. We put up 42 points. We put up 5 touchdowns.
Then you talk about it's based off of players. You got the 49ers ranked off of 92 after everybody they just gave up. What are we sitting there talking
exactly.
about?
One of their players is on our team.
What the hell?
One of their players is on our team now.
What the hell? Nah, y'all got.
Niners should not have been ranked out. We like as the Washington fans, the Redskins fan, man. 80. We should have been in we should have been in the 80s, man.
Fix it, bro.
78 is crazy.
Crazy work.
Especially when we've been in the 70s every other year of our tenure when we were losing. We finally win. You still want to give us an 80? That's crazy. Come on now.
Bro. That pissed me off.
That made me so mad. And then I'd have been fine if you didn't have all these teams who were better than ahead of us. Like all these teams that barely won games. Like how the Colts in the 80s. Like what are you talking about?
And then like you said, our offseason was better than half of the NFL's as far as our additions.
Like come on, man.
Man, look here. I look to your point.
That blew me.
To your point. Look, they about to lose me. They about to lose me.
See?
For real. Lastly, before we get out of here, would you rather? I got one as well too, but the would you rather? I want you to.
You go find it. My phone.
But you fine.
I didn't want to take me long. It was right here.
This would you rather look.
Hey, this is an easy choice for me. I ain't gonna lie. Be given you are. Would you rather be given $1 million, or you have 10 carries in the NFL game with your team's current offensive line to gain 5 yards for $10 million? Boy, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm getting 5 yards. Are you kidding me? I actually do this. Like I'm not some random dude on the street.
I'm getting 5 yards.
I'm getting 5 yards. And we just added our O-line. We just made our O-line better. Are you kidding me?
Get fast, bro. Come on.
Like are you kidding me?
You already know we
like what? 10 carries? Stop it. I need 2 yards a pop.
5 yards, bro.
That means I need 2 yards every carry.
I'm there, bro.
Like come on now. I'm not going like that. I'm not going like that. 1,000%. I'm getting 5 yards. Bro.
No way, shape,
I could probably get 5 yards off the first carry.
I'm going like.
And I'm not saying that. I understand the NFL is the NFL, but like I play like football is still football at the end of the day. Like come on now. Like I'm getting 5 yards. Like I ain't some random dude off the street. They ain't never played the game before. Yeah. Like I've played this game and I've taken carry. I can get 5 yards.
I'm completely with you, bro. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from getting 5 yards.
Come on, bro. For $10 million? What, man?
We understand that the NFL is very, very difficult.
Very different.
We talking about like just getting.
But I have an NFL offensive line as well.
Athletic enough to get out there, I'll be out of that jump.
Man, what? I'm getting 5 yards
easily too.
I'm getting 5 yards
without a blink of an eye, bro. Man, another amazing episode of the Face of You podcast. My other one, I'm gonna save for the next one. I'm gonna save for next week, cause this is gonna be a controversial one. So I want to save that for next week as well too. I had a hot take, but I really forgot the hot take. So I'll make sure to remind myself about the hot take because it was definitely another controversial statement I was about to have as far as the hot take. But
I had a question. How do you feel about the state of fashion? Cause I look around like, and I see all the different trends. Like I can tell you what's popular in fashion right now. I can tell you that fitteds are back. Yep. I can tell you that these type of sleeveless shirts are back. Baggy pants are back. Mm-hmm. I can tell you that freaking like bigger shirts are back. I can like all those things are back. But what I don't like, and crop tees for guys, I just bought one recently. But like what I don't like, that's like a thing now. Crop tees, the shirts that be like, like. So I can easily see what's in fashion. But what I don't like is like, and maybe it's not new. Maybe it's just I'm just vocalizing it now. I don't like when everybody's outfit looks the same, because I feel like everybody just grabs, like they just put on the 5 things that are popular, and then you walk outside, and then everybody has on the same thing. So like, what are your thoughts? Like I feel like there are so many brands today. We're no longer in the era where you have one brand that's just like popular. I don't know a streetwear brand that has been like the most popular streetwear brand in a minute. Like you will never see another Supreme run. I agree with you. You will never see another Supreme run ever again. But I don't know. I can't think of like a solid brand that's like it right now. Yeah. Like everybody is rocking their stuff.
And to your point, like the brands we had before, they all had runs. Like Obey, like the Supreme.
And I was never an Obey guy, but yeah.
You know, Echo, Fila. All you can go down the line.
Stussy, I used to rock that Stussy. I used to
love that as well too.
Ben Trill had a little bit of run.
Point, I think the fashion state. It's in a better place now, I think, but also it's not a lot of places to buy from. That's one thing I've noticed.
Think
as well
so?
too.
I think there's mad places to buy from.
I think it's mad streetwear places to buy from, but like on the surface, as far as just like if you're just a casual wear of certain clothes, it's not a lot of places to go.
It might be too many places to buy from because everything's on Instagram. Yeah. There's so many different brands. There's so many different things. It's like
and that's true too. Nowadays you have more quantity over quality. But like now, when I think about like just wearing certain stuff, like this, if I wanted to just hurry up and go get some H&M's or Zara's, our Urban Outfitters, they're not as prominent as they once were. I think, like to your point, it's more streetwear, a lot of entrepreneurs and creatives, which is dope. Like I agree with that. So that's why I say we're in a good place to where it's just like entrepreneurship is on the rise as far as everybody just trying to create. But as far as like the mainstream stuff, it's not, bro. Mainstream is different, bro. Because I remember mainstream, you can go to Fashion Nova, Forever 21, H&M. Even before that, bro. Like you go into freaking, bro. Gap used to have that jump, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Then you had the American Eagle. You had Air Pastel. You had, you know what I'm saying? It was more like mainstream. But now I feel like it's just more entrepreneur based. It's more getting out the mud. It's more graphic tees like we're wearing right now from different independent.
I remember somebody online trying to say if you were a certain age as a grown man, you shouldn't wear graphic tees. Like, boy, I will wear a graphic tee until I die. Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And I also believe that's also too. I believe. I believe when people say dress your age, I understand it, but also too. Like
being fly is forever.
Yeah,
man.
Being fly is forever. Dress how you feel, bro. Express yourself through your clothes.
Get fly. It's therapeutic.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. Man, another amazing episode of the Phase on View podcast, man. Make sure you guys tap in, continue to like, share, subscribe, and support the content on all social media platforms. Much love to y'all. We'll see you guys next week. Yes, sir.